everyone. It's Anthony Bandiero here, attorney and senior legal instructor, bringing another roadside chat from beautiful Temecula, California. I think when people think about Temecula, they're not quite picturing what I'm seeing right here. I'm here speaking at a conference now, so no better background to do or backdrop to do a roadside chat. This question comes from an officer in California, so let's look at it. So patrol officers respond to a possible commercial burglary in progress. The call came in during the night and non-business hours. Officers arrive and contact a witness who told the police that she observed a broken window large enough for a person to kind of get through, and officers attempted to make contact for the responsible party of the business, unsuccessful. Now, the officers did not go in to do a protective sweep to ensure that no subjects made it into the business. The officers called up a boarding company and left. There is maybe a little bit of debate, which is why we're here, about whether or not we could have gone in. And here's your answer. Do we have probable cause level, right? That's what we kind of, we want like a fair probability that there is a burglar in that establishment right now. That's what you want, right? Do you have facts and circumstances that lead a reasonable person to believe that there's somebody in there? Now, I would personally want a little bit more than what I'm seeing here, okay? Is there glass on the ground like that has not been cleaned up, right? That's probably gonna be true. Who is this witness? Did the witness has any association with this business? Did they say like, yeah, I walked by here, 10 minutes ago and there was no broken window. Now there is a broken window. Of course, any alarms would help. What kind of business is this? Is this a business that would attract thieves? I mean, I guess all businesses attract thieves, but especially ones where there's maybe something valuable in there and so forth. The other thing, there's also a comment made that we couldn't go in, we would have to get a search warrant. Well, think about this for a second. If somebody thinks that we could get a search warrant to enter that premises, then that says to me that they actually have probable cause that that business was burglarized, right? Otherwise, why would you go to the judge and ask for a warrant? And if you are thinking that, then also, when do you think that burglary occurred? If this is something that you think is recent because of the glass on the ground, the witness knows the neighborhood, the window wasn't broken before, and you had the business was open earlier that day, you didn't get any calls about a broken window then, so it probably happened at night, and this is happening at night, then why wouldn't you think that somebody could be in that business right now? That would be exigency. Okay. So just think of it that way. Do you have some kind of urgency to protect people's property? And I think the answer would be yes, if you thought that this was a legit burglary that occurred, recently. Finally, many cases of old talk about community caretaking, that we can go into these businesses just to make sure and just, kind of button things up and so forth. We don't want to think that way, since the Supreme Court told us in a case called Coniglia versus Strom, that when you enter homes, we can apply it to businesses to some degree. When we enter homes, we want not just community caretaking, we want exigency, right? And I think the same rules are going to apply to businesses, even though businesses are not homes and they're not as protected. I don't know why, as law enforcement professionals, we would not, want to have that high level of that high standard so that we are legally safe if we do get into a shooting, if we do get into a use of force, and so forth. Finally, there was mention about liability, right? What happens if we just walk away and something bad happens? The business is being burglarized, or somebody, there's a shopkeeper in there that got killed and so forth. That can always be a possibility. However, generally speaking, there is no obligation under the Constitution, at least, maybe some state laws, there's no obligation for police officers to take affirmative action to protect other people's property from damage, right? From theft. This is why police are not first responders, right? People are first responders. That's why I'm a huge advocate for the Second Amendment, right? We are our own first responder. Police, generally speaking, are second responders. And that's a good example here, is that, there is no obligation legally to do anything here. We could walk away because we don't feel right that we don't have enough to go in. And if something did happen, we would be very hard to sue police over that. And again, so this is why you guys get paid the big bucks. You have to make the decisions about what's right for your agency, your risk tolerance, your values, about how you police your community and so forth. All right? So that's just a little side note. I hope this video has helped you get it right every single time. Until next time, my friends, you stay safe.